Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Haroldus and today I want to share my tips and tricks for passing Azure certifications. Over the last few years, I personally got multiple certifications. Some are at fundamental level, some associate and some expert ones as well. Number 1, use Microsoft Learn. There is a lot of great content on it. However, don't expect to pass associate or expert level certifications by just completing the content for that certification on Microsoft Learn. This works for the fundamental level certifications as they are quite basic, but for the associate or expert level certifications, you still need some hands-on practice. Number 2, use Microsoft documentation, as it gives you reference on how the Azure service that you're using is supposed to work, providing examples of common tasks that you might do with that service. For example, the app service documentation has plenty of examples of how to deploy a web app, how to add authentication, how to handle scaling, and by just reading the documentation, you can have a good idea of how you might use that service for your own workloads. Number 3, create an Azure account and get the free $200 credit. This will allow you to try out different Azure services for free, and this is really good for learning about them as you don't have to pay out of your own pocket. Number 4, recreate the labs that you do on Microsoft Learn in your own Azure account. This will allow you to get some hands-on experience setting up the environment from scratch rather than doing everything in a lab where most of the setup is already done for you. You can also practice by extending on those lab scenarios. For example, you have deployed 2 virtual machines, a virtual network and a load balancer. You can extend this by creating and implementing a backup and disaster recovery strategy for those resources. Number 5, take practice exams. Before taking the real exam, make sure that you consistently are able to pass practice exams with at least 85% score. This will help you to increase the probability that you will pass the real exam on the first try. Number 6, use ChatGPT or other LLMs. I personally use ChatGPT and Grok to test my Azure knowledge by generating exam questions. And if I get the question wrong and don't understand the concept, I can ask the LLM to explain it to me and provide links to the relevant documentation. This helps me to learn the topics that I don't understand quicker. Number 7, learn for skills, not for certifications. I think this is the most important part of learning. Your main focus shouldn't be to pass the exam, but to get the skills and knowledge needed to work with Azure. That's why you should do as much hands-on practice as possible. What I usually do is buy a Udemy course on the topic if there is one on sale. If there isn't, I just don't buy it. But when watching the course, avoid passive watching. Instead, you should do every single thing that the instructor does on your own Azure account. This way, you get hands-on experience and start understanding how everything works. Overall, I think Azure certifications are definitely worth it. But there is more value in the skills and knowledge that you gain while preparing for the certification than in the actual certification. Like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching and see you again in the next one.